We're live.
We are live. Let me do.
Hey, everybody.
How's everyone doing?
Welcome.
Mm,
We in the house tonight. We missing Cav. We love
yes,
you, Cav.
Kevin is on the road doing his comedy, killing it all over the country. I don't know what state Kevin's in,
Yeah.
but
We're not letting that out. Y'all not trying to find him.
and
He got to tell y'all where he at.
that's why Kevin's not here. So welcome everyone. Thank you. It's just Tiffany and I today. We're gonna keep the show to 59 minutes and some seconds. So I know we've been doing some 2 hour shows and it's been draining. It's draining on us. So please like, share, subscribe, like our shows. Please hit the like button. We have people watching, but no one hits the like button. And as you know, the way it works is it helps the algorithm. So please like, share, subscribe. And Tiffany, can you do me the honors of explaining?
This is protected by fair use only, educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. We do not own the right to the content or the music. It's not our rights. We do not own it. Okay. So please, again, like Carl said, make sure you press that like button, and subscribe. And matter of fact, share and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
All right. So, what's up, Donna? Donna's checking in on YouTube. What's up, Donna?
Hey,
Uh,
Donna.
so today, as you see, the topic we're talking about. Well, I asked the question: um, if we were all the same race, will we still have problems in the world? If the one race, and I said, Tiffany, if we were all one race, let's say we were all yellow, I think the tall people will be living in one part of the world or one area, and then the short people are the other. We would find some way to separate. I think we would find some way.
Fun so way.
You
Hmm.
know, the people with the, you know, something. We will find a way to separate. Because and I just asked that question because I mean, this whole race thing is just It's so draining. It's tiring. I get tired of it.
Hmm.
I
It's
don't
very true.
enjoy talking about racism, but I deal with it every single day. And I know people go, my white friends will go, come on, you can't actually have something racial happen to you every day. I go, dude, every day. If
No,
I
you see, because
I can't hear you too.
you there?
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
you hear me now? Testing one,
Yeah.
two, because it's going. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. I tell them, yeah, it's every day. Every day
Hmm.
it's a look. It's attitude. It's something that reminds you that you're other. So apparently, a lot of people are upset because the teenager in Texas, Carmelo Anthony, who stabbed and killed the black teenager in Texas, who stabbed and killed a white teenager, started a GoFundMe for the black teenager, and a lot of people are very upset because they're saying we are raising money for a murderer. Um, but as you can see, as you will see in the videos, um, is that your making that noise too?
You hear it too? You hear it too?
I don't hear it anymore, but I heard it before. Yeah, I can't hear it
I hear
anymore.
it. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in and come back out
Okay, all right.
because it sounds
Yeah,
like it's buzzing. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, so they're upset. So we're gonna have some videos showing how people are very upset that they're raising money for Carmelo Anthony, when we all know good and well they raised money for Kyle Rittenhouse, the guy that crossed state lines, um, and shot some people. And is um, hello, is it you or is it me? Let me see. Hello. Okay, it was you, Tiff. Yeah. So Kyle Rittenhouse, the guy on the train, uh, who killed Daniel Penny, he raised $2 million. Nothing was said about that. The guy that killed Trayvon Martin, I don't remember his name. I don't care to remember his name. He also raised millions of dollars and also sold the gun that he killed Trayvon Martin with. He also sold that gun, I think, for probably $1 million. I'm not sure, but it was a large sum of money was paid for that gun. So why people are upset that we are raising money for Carmelo, you know, I have no, well, I know why, but we don't care. We are sticking with Carmelo. And so I'm going to show some videos once Tiffany gets back. Scooby Doo is saying, I think sometimes headphones help, but I'm not. Yeah, we might need headphones. Yeah. So we're going to kick the show off. So here we go. No, you know what? I want Tiffany to be here for this. I need Tiffany to be here because I know she's going to have a strong reaction. All right, Tiff, you're
Can you
back.
hear me?
Yes,
Back?
yeah, that's
Okay, good. Sorry, y'all.
that's all
Technical difficulties, but we're back. The devil is a liar. No,
right. So I was explaining how angry people are that we're raising money for
they
Carmelo
need
when
to stop. They need to stop, Carl. They need to stop.
so I'm gonna show the reason I'm gonna show some videos is gonna explain why we are in the position we're in America. Some of these videos are from decades ago, but it's decades ago, but it's like the same people from decades ago. It seems like they're living today.
I don't want to live around black people. I just don't. It would be irresponsible if I had a wife and kids to live near black people. It just would be. And that's not to say that every black person is violent. It's not to say that every black person is the same way. But we watch the news. We read the papers. When you drive downtown in Chicago, you know who you got to look out for and worry about when you're thinking about whether you're going to get carjacked, when you're worried about catching a stray bullet, when you're worried about who's going to pull up on the side of the road and literally shove a rifle in your face and steal your iPhone or shoot you point blank, execution style, in Lincoln Park. We know who's doing it. I don't want to live near them. I don't want to be near them. They make me nervous. That's a survival instinct. And the way this story unfolded, it's sort of interesting. Apparently this white student, this Austin Metcalf, confronted a friend of the killer, presumably black also, and said something like, hey, you're sitting in the wrong spot. You're in my spot, something like this. And that's when the black guy jumped in and stabbed him to death. Unfortunately, we just don't know. When you're on the subway, when you're driving in your car, when you're in the city streets, you don't know whether the black person in proximity to you is one of the good ones or one of the ones who is going to summon an unbelievable, I mean literally for people like us, an unthinkable level of spontaneous brutality, senseless and merciless violence in an instant. We don't know. There's ambiguity. You're sitting on a subway, you look across, you see someone acting strange or aggressive. Is this someone who is going to pull out a knife and in 2 seconds slit my throat and kill me? Or is this just someone who's having a bad day? We don't know. I'm not willing to risk my life to find out. It's not worth it to me.
All right, that was Nick Fuentes.
Wait, Carl.
Yes.
You really want to piss me off without Kev being here? I don't understand why he can't get this with me because he deserves this, okay? I don't understand why you put this man on. This man is going to sit here and talk about how violent we are, but these are the same
But
people that his ancestors
yeah,
hung people and had a picnic.
yeah.
They took pictures. They had postcards. They fed our children to alligators, and they're gonna sit here and say that we are violent. What's so bug is when white people come in the room, I grab my pocketbook because you're still. You've been stealing human beings for damn near 400 or 500 years, and you and we're violent. You know what? I can't.
This is why, and that is from 2025. This is from probably the 50s or from the 50s. This right here. So it's the same
So sad.
same
So
rhetoric, but the
sad.
people a different decade.
We will not be coerced into hiring any colored person, regardless of his qualifications, as a matter of duress or as a matter of expedience.
When the Negro can prove to the white man that he can live like the white man, then we will accept them.
The only thing that scares me is the neighborhood all getting bad. And if we ever wanted to sell, naturally your house depreciation is the color get in.
If they move in, the next step we have to accept is intermarriage.
We can be sociable with them in work. We can get along with them and joke with them.
Sure.
But when we leave our job and close the door and we're on our way home, we want them to go in their direction and we can go in ours.
Did you hear that?
And we feel the same way too, 1950s to the 2025. We don't want to have nothing to do with y'all. We be minding our own business, but y'all like us, y'all like our food, y'all like our clothes, and y'all sure like sucking my man's. You call.
We can work with them, we can joke with them, we can laugh with them, but when it's over, we want nothing to do with you.
But they act like we want to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm an American woman. I'm not trying to do all of that. I know a lot of people
that. Tiffany, where'd you go? I guess Tiffany's so heated. Yeah, so that I showed Nick Fuentes, who's obviously a racist. You know what I mean? He's not sugarcoating it. He says he doesn't want to live around black people. Go ahead, Tiff.
No, listen, Carl, we don't even think about them the way they think that we think about them, okay? We are not as evil and violent as they really think that we are. And a lot of them don't even know our lives. They don't know what we went through. They don't know our environment. They don't know. It's just real sad. It's just real sad. And the question you said, imagine if we just had one race. You know, if we had one race, again, we'll still have issues. But to be honest, we are the human race. You know that. We were the first to be here. The oldest bones was found in Africa. Her name is Lucy, okay? She's the oldest bones. They didn't find them in Europe. They didn't find them in Asia. They found them in Africa. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. It's only one human race. Y'all are the diluted race. Okay?
All right, so this is a brother. Buckle up, Tiffany, because
here we go. Buckle up.
Buckle up. This is a brother.
I'm so disgusted with the black community. They've raised over $200,000. Just think about this. A kid has been killed, right? Stabbed in the chest. His parents will never see him again. He was a great kid. He was a straight A student. He was a star football player. And his parents will never see him again. Because apparently to the black community, a community full of crime, poverty, people who, a lot of them don't have a moral code, blame the white man for all their problems, when in reality they're their own worst enemy, who glorifies drug gangsters, gangster rap, or have raised over $200,000 for a criminal because they're so full of hatred for white people that they would rather a person that this mom who has to mourn for her child, they raised over $200,000, but they won't raise any money for little kids killed in Chicago and places by gang members.
You know what the difference between these two men is? One of them was assaulted before they turned to violence. The other one wasn't even talked to. One of them had to tell their assailant, "Put your hands on me again and find out what happens." The other one had to take his AirPods out, put the Soldier of Fortune magazine he was reading back into his little backpack and walk across a subway car to choke someone out. One of them was defending themselves from violence. The other one was defending strangers against words. This is important, so listen up. I'm not defending what either of these men did. But if you defended one of them, you better fucking defend the other one. Because if you defended this one, but you're not defending this one, even though this one was actually attacked, guess what that makes you? Racist.
Breaking news, guys. Matt Walsh just came up with the perfect response to all the people that were claiming self-defense when it comes to Karmelo Anthony killing Austin Metcalf. Check this out. He said, when a guy shows up somewhere he's not supposed to be, refuses to leave, and then dares you to touch him, and then when you touch him in an effort to get him to leave, he pulls out a knife and stabs you, he has not done anything close to self-defense. It is murder, plain and simple. Touch me and see what happens are not the words of a man fearing for his life. They are words of a man looking for a pretext to kill you. No sane person thinks that Anthony feared for his life. If he did, he would have left the tent at any time. It's the same BS we hear when a black guy assaults a cop during a traffic stop. They tell us he was afraid of the cop. But if you're afraid of the cop, deliberately turning the situation violent is the opposite of what you would do. I'm afraid of you, so I'm going to do everything I can to create a violent encounter with you. It's nonsense, it's BS, and we all know that. Anthony did not fear for his life. He felt disrespected.
What does he mean by he was where he's not supposed to be? What does that even like? I mean, it's a school, it's a public place.
It's actually, it wasn't the school, it was the track field.
A track, right.
It was a track field. It was a public place. It was pouring down raining. He went up under the tent. Okay. I believe he had permission to go up under the tent. So my thing is, where was the adults? Where was somebody that's in charge, the coach or anything? You know, it's so many different stories on the table of what happened. Even one guy said he came out and he was there with his daughters. He said the young man was just chilling there, minding his business in his phone, and the brothers came over there bothering him, telling him he had to get up and go. And they took his stuff, attacked him, and he fought back. You know, I don't think that he went to that track and field to say, I'm going to go and kill somebody today. That wasn't what he was doing. He went there because he's a part of the track and field, or they was doing some type of sports thing there. So, you know, all these people saying all these things, I'll be glad when the facts come out. It was almost 30 something people there. I don't understand why. And that black guy that you just shown, he's very sad. You understand? He's what they call him raccoon, okay? First of all, it was nothing wrong with people feeling like they should share money or help this young man. When that boy killed those people in the church, they raised money for him. When George Zimmerman killed that young man in the thing in the streets, they raised money for him. Daniel Penny, they raised money for him. None of us black people got up, started screaming and hollering. We didn't say anything. You know why? Because we know the game. We know how they roll. So now we're doing this for this young man, hoping that he can get a good defense to help his case. And now y'all mad? Oh, he's a killer. He's that. Y'all are actually the opposite. Y'all have been bad behavior. Y'all should be caught up on charges. Carl, I'm sick of these people. I'm sorry. That's why I stay my distance.
I mean, but when that guy said he showed up where he wasn't supposed to be, that right there tells you how the mindset. You're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to live in our.
They don't want us in their spaces.
Want us coming right. Don't come into our stores. Don't come into our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? He said you're not supposed. He wasn't supposed to be there.
Why is he not supposed to be there if he's a part of the team? He's a part of the school. You understand? And that's another thing. And it just makes me so upset because you want your children to Get along with everyone. Us black people do not raise our children to be racist because we don't own anything. You understand? This we know who run the world. But we ask them, we gotta be cordial and respectful to one another. They are horrible. I'm sorry, Carl. They are horrible. They're horrible.
So, if you don't know, we're talking about the case in Texas where a black teenager killed a white teenager. And the story is the black teenager was at some kind of sporting event. He was sitting underneath a tent, and some white guys decided he wasn't supposed to be there. They tried to remove him. He pulled out a knife and he stabbed him. He's claiming self-defense. Some people are saying no, it wasn't self-defense. But I know, myself included, I'm sick and tired of white people impeding in my life when it's not necessary. It's seriously, like, I mean, just doing things to get in my way, or just doing things just to annoy me, or you know what I mean. It's just annoying. It's just annoying, and we're tired. We're sick of it, and black people are retaliating. And I'm sure it's like when a white person, hey, I got a black joke. Don't get mad. Like, you think this is the first you and they. I had a white friend. He's like, I don't understand why black people get mad. It's just one joke. You think it's the first joke that I'm hearing as a black? You think your joke is the very first joke that I'm hearing? And all the bullshit I go through because I'm black in this country. You think I want to hear a black joke from a white man?
Mm-hmm.
No. So I'm sure that brother was probably sick and tired of all the bullshit he was putting up with. And he just decided, you know what? I had enough,
Mm-hmm.
and he just lashed out. Unfortunately, he lashed out with a knife, and somebody died. But I'm pretty sure you remember in Texas a few years ago, they tied a black man to a back of a truck and pulled him till his head came off. Remember that?
But they do not want to talk. They don't want to talk about you know what else? They don't talk about how this Carmelo Anthony has a family. He has a mother, he has a father. He the same thing they said the young white man, God rest his soul, but everybody has lessons. That he was an A student. Carmelo Anthony was an A student. But they're not saying that. You understand? Now they're saying that even this young man, this is all alleged, the twins' father, they said he has issues. You understand? They said the mother don't have issues with, but they're not putting that. They're not putting that to the forefront, his record. But they trying to put everything negative about this boy. So we have to understand what's good for the goose is not good for us. Okay? They are always going to treat us totally different. So please think before you do anything. And I wish that Carmelo would have thought first. Because still, again, we don't know what kind of knife it was. Because they have legal knives. You understand what I'm saying? Where I think it goes past your fingers or something like that. We don't know if it's a kitchen knife. That's crazy, But they said it was very small. It's supposed to be a small knife. It's not. It was legal, allegedly, because we don't know all the details of everything. That's why I don't like too, Carl. Everybody got their opinion, but nothing came out legit yet of what happened. It just already accusing him and calling him a killer, a murderer. Yes, he took somebody's life, but I don't think he woke up that day to say, I'm going to mess up my high school. I'm about to graduate, prom, everything. You really think he going to mess that up just to kill this one white boy? No.
I mean, you and I talked about this before the show started. Black people do not get up in the morning and decide to go kill off anyone from any other race. But
Especially white people, because we definitely wasn't raised
right, but
to
we
do
definitely
that.
know that white people will get up, and it's. I'm not making this up. I mean, it's known in history. They will just get up and decide, you know what, we're gonna go to where the black people are and just start killing them, and that's what they do. So I know they had to have been bothering this brother in some kind of way.
Yeah, it pushed him to the edge, and it's so bugged that I have to talk to my nephews about this. Carl, you got to talk to your sons about this, and it's sad that we have to tell you the world is not rooting for you. The system is not for you. The jail system, the law system is not for you. It's always built against you. So you got to try your best to stay out of trouble. Surround yourself around good people, places, and things. You understand? And I'm going to support you. If you had to protect yourself by anything means necessary, I'm going to stand with you. And I hope and pray his family stand with him, fight with him, and they use that money to fight for his defense.
Yeah. Well, so here's another fun video, Tiffany.
Normal people don't pull out 6-inch knives and murder someone over a conflict. And people that defend this are as mentally disturbed as the one who did it. Hope that helps.
I love it. I mean, I don't do those people not know the history of America?
No, they don't. They don't know the history of their self. They don't know the history of nothing. But I'm telling you, because this is world spread, they need something to talk about. And it's like I said, it's really, really sad, Carl, because these past couple of years, we have been seeing, I already knew the world was racist. We already knew it. But we are seeing it more through Trump and his antics in different situations, and now with this young man protecting himself. How about white people keep your hands to yourself? Nobody talked about that. They said that these boys put his hands on him. How dare you? They got a video too. They put up something. It's a video of the same situation where a black guy was in the middle of some white guys, and one of the white guys wanted him to leave. Like, they felt a certain type of way, and they was very aggressive with him. And when he finally stood up, they're like, "Oh, you trying to be aggressive? What you trying to do?" You understand what I'm saying? That's real sad. That regardless to what, we are always black people. They will never trust us. They will never feel like we got feelings or none of that. So please, y'all, please feed them with a long handle spoon. I'm sorry, white people. I'm feeding you with a long handle spoon. I'm sorry.
And they pulled the GoFundMe for Karmelo. I don't know if they put it back up, but they pulled the GoFundMe for him. They took it down.
Oh.
Yeah, they took it down. They took down the GoFundMe. Let me see. I think this brother talks about it.
GoFundMe has since removed all fundraisers for Karmelo Anthony's defense, so it begs the question, what kind of message are they trying to send? Before Kyle Rittenhouse had his trial, he had a GoFundMe fundraiser, and so did Luigi Mangione. So what message are we sending out there? What's the difference between this case and those cases? Everyone's favorite line is always, you guys always have to make it about race. When the reality is, we don't make it about race. Everyone else does. I'm not siding with Karmelo Anthony, but I do believe in enforcing the law the way it was designed. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and they will be judged by a jury of their peers. And they have a right to an attorney, and if they can't afford an attorney will be selected for them. But they also can fundraise for one.
So they took down Karmelo's GoFundMe, but of course they didn't take down, and the reason was because he was a part of a murder or something like that. That they had some kind of rule or some kind of that they have.
They made that rule up because if that was the case, what about Penny? He murdered. Zimmerman murdered somebody. No, it's the other way around. That's what happened. It's so bad because you want to, Carl. I'm telling you, it's just sad. I feel so sad. I can't even imagine what their family have to go through. But again, people, it's so sad that we don't even want to deal with it. We don't. It's I just feel. It's speechless.
We haven't officially started the show yet because we haven't played our theme song, but we're going to play our theme song right after this video.
Kyle Rittenhouse, after he killed 2 people in cold blood, he raised over $1 million. Wait a minute.
Let's
the
talk
officer
about that.
who killed Michael Brown, he raised almost $2 million. So don't tell me that when black folks decide to put money and support behind a young brother who didn't start a fight, who didn't threaten nobody, who was sitting where he could have right to be sitting, was threatened more than one time, was physically attacked, he defends himself, and then all of a sudden he's in jail for murder. But guess what, brother? We gonna stand behind ours like you white folks stand behind yours.
Okay, let me.
Bow.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from
the chains. We helping you grow the black therapy. In a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin, Colin, Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwashed education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's called
Kevin and Tiffany.
Welcome to the Black
Therapy Show.
Let's
go.
Yeah. Yep.
So listen, while I see Scooby D2, hey Scooby D2. So you know I'm watching the chat. So you said personally, I just feel a sense of hostility towards me. Where you get that from? And I see why you got a knife. We never said we condone him stabbing anyone. Okay. But if you have to protect yourself by any means necessary, I'm sorry. Protect yourself. I'm sorry. That's just my personal thing. No, he shouldn't have had the knife. But how about if it was switched up? They beat him up. He hit his head. He bust his head. He died. What y'all gonna take? What you gonna do for this white boy? You gonna say, oh, it was a mistake. It was a mental illness. So come on.
But the thing people need to understand, and I try to explain stuff like this to Scooby and other white people, even some of my white friends, I try to explain to this. It's not the one thing, it's the when you see something happen to a black person and you see all these black people pour out into the street, and it's not about that one, it's about all the other stuff that's been happening, and sometimes it's years and years and years of buildup, and then it just erupts. So it's very hard to explain to white people what it's like to be black.
Right.
I can't explain it. And I'm surprised that they don't understand because they're the ones doing it. I asked a white friend of mine, I thought that white people used to talk about the racist things they do, like at Thanksgiving dinner or when they have a house party. I thought they discussed it with each other. They bragged about what they do. But from what I'm gathering, it seems like they don't tell each other about the racist stuff they do.
No, they don't. No, I could have told you that. I don't spoke to white people about that, or just really, if you really listen to them or listen to them talk, because I like listening to white because I want to know their opinion, how they feel about things. And a lot of them don't. That's not a subject that they bring up. They don't bring up racism and all that because it doesn't affect them. It don't deal with their life, their everyday life. They don't, when they wake up, they're carefree. When we wake up, we are praying for our sons. We're praying for our daughters. We're praying for our parents. We're praying for everybody. They get up and they can go and get a job. We got to pray they choose us. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just a lot that they will never understand, like we will never understand their life. They don't understand, Carl. And until they take the time to really, really understand our walk in life, they are never going to respect us.
But
they're always going to be intimidated by us.
But I'm saying that they don't even tell they don't tell each other all of those stuff they do to black people.
They don't talk about racism, period.
That's what, that amazed me. You know,
it doesn't affect them.
I can see that brother being frustrated. Listen, sometimes you have a day, like I've had a day where, remember I told you guys about the story, when I was walking and I came around the corner of a building and I ran into this white lady and she was startled. I was startled. I backed up a bit. I go, okay, sorry, we startled each other. But then she was on the ground, with her hands up, and she was, lady, relax, you know what I mean? And that kind of stuff, even though it shouldn't, it does bother you as a person. Because you're a person, I'm a human, you have feelings, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It made me feel like, what the hell's wrong with me? How can I create that much fear in a person?
It's not you. It was there, and it's in their DNA to be scared of us.
Right. So, and then, so then I go where I was going, I walk into a building, and the concierge, the person at the front desk, as soon as I walk in, they start yelling, "Can I help you?" I'm like 50 feet away, and they're yelling at me, asking, "Can I help you?" You know, of course, that means that interpret that into, you look up the white dictionary. That means, "Nigga, what you doing in here?" You
Right.
know,
Can I help you?
yeah. Stay over there. Don't get too close. You know what I mean? Because if I'm there for business, you want me to yell towards you. Then I go. Now this is a tip. This is a day I had. I'm not even making it. Then there was a store, like a little bodega kind of store, where you used to sell newspapers. This was in Boston. This is when I lived in Boston. And they would have a stack of newspapers, and the way they did it was so you don't have to stand in line to wait for a newspaper. Like other people were buying stuff from the deli and buying other stuff from. So for a newspaper, you just pick up a newspaper, you put 50 cents down or 70, whatever it was, and you wave at the guy. I got in, and you would leave. And I used to see lots of people doing this. So one morning I said, I want to grab a newspaper. So I grabbed a newspaper, put the money down, and I waved the guy. I got a newspaper, and I'm about to leave, and the guy yells at me, "Hey, what do you got there?" Now the story's full. The story is full. Everybody's looking at me now, like I took something, right? This is full. I raised. I said, I raised a newspaper up. I got this, and he goes, "And what else you got?" Now this is in front of probably 30 or 40.
No.
So how do you think? You think after going through those three things that all happened to me just because it was black? The lady thought I was going to kill her because it's black. The guy was yelling at me when I walked into that building because he thought I would, he wanted to keep distance between us because he didn't know what I was going to. Now I go get this newspaper. This guy's embarrassed me in front of all these people. You think after all that, the next thing that happens to me because I'm black, you don't think I'm going to explode? Something's going to happen? You don't think something's going to happen?
Yeah, sometimes people get ticked off,
So this is what people don't understand. It's like that brother, I'm sure, had enough. Enough is people just had enough.
And the thing again, I believe that the young man must have got stabbed in the tussle. I don't think that he just went in and was like, blah. You understand? Because he was only stabbed one time. And they said the boy ran and told someone and said, I was the one that did it. He admitted to it. Most people run. He admitted to it. He said, I did it. I was protecting myself. So my thing is to my people, please just stop. Let the courts or whatever, which we know the system is too much, but let the information come out. The truth will come out. And I just pray he does not get railroaded. Again, I don't believe that anyone should have a knife, but I also understand sometimes you do need protection, to protect yourself, and I don't, again, we need to, something that a black man said, he said we need to start learning how to knuckle up. But how about if he would have knuckled up and beat the hell out of him? It would have been something else. You understand? Oh, he insulted him. He beat him down. And, So it's like, we damn if we do, we damn if we don't.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to make it seem like he was just, like we're violent and that's what we do. We commit violence. Like the guy in the video said he's afraid of black people. He's sitting on the train across from a black person and he's not sure if it's a good black or a bad black that's going to get up and randomly commit violence on him just because that's what we do.
That's what we do. Like, we got nothing else better to do but slap a white person. See, that's what got Sister Soldier off the what's called, because she said black people wasn't trained to hurt or attack white people. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the truth. We don't get nothing out of it. And remember, y'all taught us. Y'all made sure we had the Bible. We turned the other cheek. And we have been turning the other cheek for years, messing around with y'all. Our cheeks is messed up with bruises because we overlook and let you do so much to us. You understand? And you really think this boy is going to ruin everything, his whole life, just to go and stab this one twin? No, I'm sorry. Again, we're going to pray. And please, people, talk to your sons. Communicate with your sons. Tell them, violence isn't it. You understand what I'm saying? But again, I still understand by any means necessary. If you
Yeah.
can probably try to solve it or try to come up with something to you, I always say try to solve it. But if somebody come at you or they trying to hurt you, call what you gotta do. You gotta protect you. You supposed to sit there and let somebody beat you and kick you out? No, you can't do that. They can't do that.
Yeah. Listen, I'll say it again. Black people have had enough. It's just sometimes you just had enough. You just don't want to deal with any more BS just because you're black. You know what I mean? You just had enough. Here's our actor Joe Morton. This is from a movie, but man, there's some facts and there's some truth in this clip.
You want me to say something? Fine. I'll say something. You people. You're not a race. You are a virus. You destroy the world. Everything beautiful you poison. You drag us from our homes. You rape our daughters, murder our sons. You crack our spines and do all you can to break our will. You stab us. Then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by, close your eyes, and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God to silence our screams so that you can enjoy the happiness that we built for you with our blood. But it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I love him as an actor.
yeah. So I'm not condoning. I have not a violent bone in my body. You couldn't get me to go and attack white people just because they're white.
Right. We really don't call. We got to pay bills. Do you think we got time to be slapping and stabbing whites? No.
I have never been in a conversation. Anytime a conversation comes up about race, and it's all black people, and most of the time it's all. I have not one time, and I've been in many, many conversations about race, but not one time have it ever come up for us to go attack or beat up or the number one thing that comes up is what the fuck did we do these people? That's the end all and be all of every conversation about race when it comes to white people. What did we do these people? We go off and we try to live by ourselves. We build our own little community. You know what I mean? They come, they burn it down. They don't want us to move into their neighborhood. They don't want us living next to them. You know what I mean? They want us out. What do they want? What would make them happy?
No, they
And
want us to be controllable.
we still don't retaliate. We still don't. We still don't. You know what I mean? Retaliate, or we still don't do anything violent towards them. You know, of all the people, and I'm going. Oh, here's some of the people that we lost.
Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Sonia Massey, Philandro Castillo, Ahmaud Arbery, Trayon Martin, Tamir Rice, Freddie Gray.
All of those black people were murdered, right? All of them. And not one time did we ever say, hey, let's go kill some of them, because no, we didn't.
We never. And their killers got GoFundMes.
Yeah.
Every single one of their killers got GoFundMes. And y'all having a problem with this young man just getting a defense for getting a lawyer to help him. Y'all complaining about that.
Because we're supposed to have nothing. You know, that's what I.
So what do that tell us?
what do they want from us? Like I said, we build our own, you know what I mean? They burn it down. Don't come live with us, you know what I mean? What do you want? You know what I mean? And I know they say, well, go back to Africa and all. No. Black people built America. We
Yeah.
built it. So you're not gonna leave.
Why we just won't go back to Africa when we sat here for 500 years?
Yeah.
5 generations of my ancestors have walked this earth and built this country, and you want to sit here with their blood, sweat, and tears? You gonna sit here and tell me to go back to Africa? No, I'm not. I'm not going. You're gonna have to drag me out of here.
Why?
Look, they're gonna have to drag me. I'm gonna be like this dragging. Y'all ain't taking me away. No, but
Why is it so
see
hard?
what? Huh?
Why is it so hard to be kind? That's what I don't understand. Why is it so hard to be kind? It is so easy to be kind. It takes no effort to be kind.
Well, you got to remember too, Carl.
Why
People
is
have to
that
be
so
raised.
hard?
No, you know what is hard? Because people have to be raised to be kind, raised to have empathy and sympathy for others, no matter what their color or their gender is. That's why I salute my mom.
Yeah, but
Shout out
still,
to Florence, because she never discriminated against anyone. I didn't even know nothing about racism until I became an adult. And I saw how people treated other people, and I saw for myself. My mother never taught us to be mean or nasty to white people or anything like that because she had white friends. So now, when you get older and you see the mentality and how they treat you and the things that they say to you, you be like, wow, amazing.
yeah.
Look, what is Scooby D2 saying in the chat? Do you see it?
Well, Scooby really thinks I guess sometimes he takes it personal. He seems to take stuff personal. Scooby
So
is
why
not.
he like coming, Scooby? Why you like coming on our thread if you take it personal? What is you talking about? If Jesus looked like Denzel Washington, which he do, okay, and had a full on old school afro and ran for president, he wouldn't be black enough. He wouldn't understand, and he wouldn't be a brother. He wouldn't be an African American. I don't know what that means. What do that means?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not explaining to no.
Scooby,
I can't.
I mean, Scooby, Scooby. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If you want to come on, you can jump on and explain. Um,
He needs to, because I don't understand.
yeah,
I
this is
don't
really,
understand.
yeah. G Car, what's up, G? She says they want us to be non-existent.
Yeah, or control. They want to be able to control our ever move and know what we're doing, and we can't say anything about it. And because that, you heard what the white man he said a black person have to be better than us for us to accept them in, or they have to be we're past us or whatever. So that's how you have the boulets up there. That they don't went to a certain level and stuff like that. They know who they want around them and who they don't want around them. And it's so sad because we don't think like that. We don't act like that. We don't sit and talk. We don't at all. We don't. We just want to survive. We
Yeah.
want to be able to take our kids, have a decent living wage, have a decent place to live, to lay our head. We want to be able to buy our own home. We want to be able to get our own business and don't have to worry about you tearing it down, burning it down, anything. That's where anybody, any color, any hater. You understand? Because y'all part of the haters list, but y'all the top haters. You understand? Because haters come in all colors. But that's all we want. We just want peace. We don't want no problems with y'all. So when y'all do this bad behavior or you don't teach your children properly, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the first thing I thought about with these young men or anything that happened with young people, I think about their parents. Half these young people were created by someone. You understand what I'm saying? So their behavior is from someone or learned from someone, or they did something and nobody never said, no, you cannot do that. You respect somebody. You understand what I'm saying? They probably didn't have that. Or no, you don't put your hands on anybody. That's for anybody. I don't care. I'm black or white. You don't put your hands on nobody because it's a possibility the person is not going to like it and you might lose your damn life.
Yeah. I know you were saying it's the way they were brought up, but I mean, when is it going to end? When is it going to end? When are decent white parents going to teach their kids, you know? When is it going to end? I mean, is it going to keep going? You're going to have racist parents raising racist kids, and it's going to keep going and just keep going and going, like, you
And
know?
two, the cycle have to be broken. Call, and that's not up to us. That's not up to us. That's up to them. Yeah, we're going to continue to talk about it because y'all giving us something to talk about. Because this is all over the place. And I understand how you said we wish that this was, you know, how about if it was just all one race? It's
Yeah.
just, it's always going to be something is going to put us against one another. And that's sad. And we need to stop immediately. If our people, black people, African American people, FBA people don't see it right now for what it is, I don't know what's going to wake y'all up. But again, I'm going to be there for my family and my loved ones and whoever crossed my path.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would say America changed me totally. Totally. Like
Oh, Paul.
I was a fun, happy-go-lucky, talk to anybody, you know, had, you know what I mean? But man, America shut that shit down quick. I tell you, right? They shut it down quick. I mean, there's still remnants of me when I'm, you know what I mean? But I can feel and I'm a different person just from
Hmm.
the country. I had to become a different person, you
You had
know?
to you had to change faces. You had to become another a part of black because you are black in your country, but it's a whole different set of black here that you gotta be. You understand? You gotta shut off one black to turn on another black. For real, because these, you know, it's very hard. It's
Yeah,
very hard,
it's
and
but
I understand.
yeah, I just felt like I was me, and you know, I can be me and go to the world and be me and everything will be fine. But no, I just couldn't be me and be fine. You know, I like you said, I had to take off my beige and black and put on my
Put on your black.
put on my black, put on
Put
my.
on your American black. Because it changed up, didn't it? Because
Yeah,
everything that you was taught in your country and you come here is totally different. And it's you're not the only one. It's people from Africa, it's from all different types from the islands, all different islands. When they came here, it's a totally different story. This is why you get a lot of our West Indian women marrying white men. A lot
yeah,
of American women is not marrying white men. You understand? Because we know the history of them. Y'all will have more of the white friends or be nannies and stuff to take care of them. We're not doing that no more because we've been taking care of their children for 400 years here in America. We had to by force. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, everything has
we got
changed, and now,
Scooby's coming on.
oh,
There's our friend.
Hi, you all right?
Scooby, we finally see
Hi.
you.
Hello, yeah. You okay? Is my mic okay? Because I'm not doing this often. I know sometimes the mic's bad. Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, you
All
might.
right, cool.
Good to
I know I
see
always
you.
get really self-conscious because I don't often see my face, and I'm like, oh no, I don't look good. But anyway, it's really nice to meet you. Thank you for having me on. I'm sorry if you think I'm a pain sometimes. I don't mean to be. You know what I mean?
No, you're
Oh,
welcome.
it's good to see you. You
Thank you. Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah, yeah. So you said if Jesus looked like Denzel Washington and had
Yeah, it was a little bit of a flippant comment, but before Tiff mentioned the Bible or something, I don't know, she started saying something about white people and the Bible or something. So I know in the past, like say, like when Kamala was running for president and stuff, and I know you obviously wanted her to be president, but there was the subject come up quite a lot that a lot of people thought that she wasn't black enough and things like that. Like her dad was Jamaican, but they were saying, "Oh, he's a white guy," and I don't know. I didn't mean nothing bad, but it was a slightly flippant comment. I know, but do you know
Oh,
what I mean?
Now that we hear you and I can understand, because sometimes we get confused when we're typing and writing and stuff. So
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. But thank you, Rhea. We appreciate you joining us every Sunday. You don't get too offended that, what I mean? But, we hope you understand that, life in our skin is totally different from life in your skin. It's just totally different. And learn from you, and hopefully you can learn from us. Yeah.
Well, I try to do. Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, I think I can at least see some of where you're coming from, and I know it's kind of a long-winded way of going about it, but I don't know. Just wish sometimes you just say those racist assholes instead of white people, because then I'm just thinking, well, I'm white. My mum's white. You know what I mean? What have I done? But I kind of understand, or at least I try to.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not all. It is some ones out there that do stand for us and stand for us. But then it is a lot of them that don't stand for us. And it's really sad because there's a lot of us dying in these streets today, and not communicating with each other.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I do
that's sad.
I mean, like he said, and I get it, but when we say white people, and we've said on the show, when we say white people, the white people who are not racist, no, we're not talking about them, but
Right.
But I do understand, like when you say white people, you go, "Whoa, wait!" Like if somebody said, those people from Barbados, I go, "Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Again, I don't want to. I don't know, stall on the point too much, but sometimes it's very much a us and them. It's always us and them, And like when you're saying us, I guess in a way I feel like I am sort of part of us, but because I'm white, I'm them. Do you know what I mean? So it's all the time it's us and them. Do you know what I mean? Kind of anyway. I don't know. I want to get rid of the divide, and sometimes I feel that reinforces it a bit. But I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion.
Yeah, well, go ahead. We want to get rid of the divide too, man. I would love to sit here and do a show with ice cream and cotton candy. You know what I mean? But fortunately, every time there's something that pops up.
Yeah, and we don't want the divide. We didn't create the divide.
Oh
They
no.
the people, not you. The people created the divide. We always want peace. We just want to survive. But then you have all of these things happening, and you like, look, what is going on? We can't work together. We can't have no peace. So, it's not all people, and we know it's not all people, but we keep running into these nasty people, Mr. D2.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. I'm so happy that we finally saw you. You're so cute. Look at you.
You bet me embarrassed, Tiff. But thank you. I'm not sure if I believe you, but that's very kind. Thank you.
No, you are. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know how you have your perception. You know how you think somebody will look.
Okay.
I would have never thought you would have looked like that. But you're so cute. Look, that's why I was like, look at you. You're so cute.
All
And I
right.
love
All right.
your accent. Your accent is very nice.
So where are you, Scooby?
Oh, thank you.
You're in London, or?
No, mate. I'm in Leeds. I know you might know because I like. I know you like your cricket. So if you've heard of Headingley Stadium, which is a cricket ground in Leeds, I'm like a 5-minute walk from Headingley Stadium. So that's like in the north. If you've heard of Manchester, maybe I'm in the north of England.
Okay.
Oh.
It's about an hour from Manchester.
It's a lot of history in England. I read about King Henry VIII and all his wives and stuff.
Gosh. He's about one of the only people that teaches about, even we don't know much about our history. The teachers about Moses, Noah, the Vikings, the Romans, and Henry VIII. That's about it. So.
But yeah, I know a lot about your history. I love it. And I watched the Game of Thrones, so.
I watched it. All right, so thanks, Scooby, for checking in. Thank you for coming on. We truly.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, it's nice to see you. All right, I'll check back out then, and hopefully maybe I'll see you some other time. But goodbye for now. Pleased to meet you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, we got to finally see D2.
Pam, if you're still, Pam said, I understand, Carl. I'm not sure what it is I said that you said, but if you can let me know what you what you agreed with, what I said. Because I said a whole bunch of stuff, so I wasn't sure. exactly what you.
I want to say hello to hold on. We got Information Man in here. We got the Water Guard TV in here. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in with me because I chime in with y'all all the time. I love y'all content. Thank you again.
The Water God TV. That's a podcast. That's also.
Yes, he's a podcast. I watch him. Yes. They're good. Him and his friend, they do podcasts. Y'all should all check them out. They talk about everything that's going on, popping, about black stuff, all the stuff. So if you need to check in, check them out.
Yeah. Black Magic from YouTube says that Scooby sounds like he should be in a Guy Ritchie movie.
Leave. Listen. He sound. I would have never thought he would have came up with his accent, but he's from England, so.
Yeah, he did say that. Like last year, he said he was from England.
See, I didn't even catch it like that. But shout out to our England crew. You know, we got y'all out there.
So Mama Lee, Catherine DeBias is checking in. She says, "Hello, family. Love you guys. Miss my son, Kevin."
I know you do. We miss him too.
Yeah, we miss Kevin also, but Kevin's out there, trying to make the world a better place. So
by laughing, because we do need some laughs sometimes, because it keeps us from crying with all of this craziness going out here in these streets.
Yeah. So we're gonna close the show because we said we're gonna try to keep it to an hour.
Yeah.
We can talk about, but we don't want to talk about. Okay, she said. Pam said, "Hey, Carl, referring to how you being in the U.S. how it changed. Oh yeah, how it changed me. Yeah, being in the U.S. changed me. Even when I go back home, my friends tell me, "Damn, relax, Carl. Take it easy."
No.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. And like I said, I learned a lot from people from other cultures, backgrounds. And every single one of them said when they came to America, it changed their whole way of thinking. Yeah. Because they didn't know. Y'all not taught our history. Y'all not taught what goes on here in America. They teach you what they want y'all to what they want y'all to know. So once y'all come here, y'all like a culture shock. Like, wow. And I get it. I understand. I'll probably have a culture shock when I go to your place. It's nice and beautiful, and the waters is nice. You know, we from America. We striving out here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting. I was telling somebody actually today was when I first came to America, and my family gave me a bus schedule and say, hey, this is where you take the bus. You take the number 22 bus to get downtown and this and that, and take this train, take the orange line, and take the green line.
They just told you that. They just gave it to you like that.
All that stuff, you know what I mean? So I get my schedule. I go down to the bus station. I'm asking people, hey, can you help me? How do I get to the... And everybody flew by me. People scoffed at me. I remember this white woman gave me a look like, how dare you talk to me? She just looked at me, and her nose, I had no idea somebody's nose could turn that far up. I mean, her nose literally, and she was, and I was, and I thought they didn't like me because it was from Barbados and I had a very heavy accent, and that's what I.
They didn't like you because you was black.
And if I figured out they thought I was up to something. I was trying to, hey. I was going to show my bus schedule, then to pull a gun or something, I guess. They thought that I was... So that was a culture shock, because I know when people come to the Caribbean, when you go to any island, we want to make sure you leave, you had a good time, and you say about... When you leave Barbados, we want to make sure you say good stuff about Barbados. If you go to Jamaica, St. Lucia, Trinidad, the people there... Yeah, there are one or two evil people anyway, but the majority of the people want to make sure once we know you're visiting, we want to make sure you have the best time. Mm-hmm. In America, when people know you're visiting, they tell you go back to your go back to your country. We don't need you here. Go back to your country. So
I'm sorry, Carl. I love you, Carl. I love you. And it's again, I shout out to my mother. We had friends from everywhere. She was not prejudiced at all, and I love that. And if you raise your children like that, they will have all different type of friends and stuff. But also, as we got older, they did let us know about certain things because we read. And that's another thing. We don't do a lot of reading today. We need to read, read books about history, what went on, how people felt. Like Langston Hughes, I think me and mother, he has a lot of books about racism, and what he had to go through as an artist. And it's sad that was almost 60, 70 years ago, and still to this day, 2025, we're going through this racism thing. So
How
we
I
just
how I sum up America when I go back home and I tell my friends about living in America.
mm,
I sum it up at, if you are driving, you pull up at the traffic light and a car pulls up next to you. If you look over at that person and they look over, you kind of look back. You don't make eye contact.
mhm.
If you look over and they look over, you try to look straight ahead before they realize that you're looking, because that could start a fight, right? If you make eye contact. Whereas in the Caribbean, if you look over and the other person looks over, you might nod and smile and say, "Hey," you know what I mean? But here in America,
Not all places. Not all places. That's only people that you run into have road rage issues or something. But I done been in places where you will look at somebody or give them a nod and they be like, "What's up?" But if I see a white person, I'll be like this. Oh no. Let me
yeah, I
turn
think.
this way. I'm not even trying. You know. So I think everybody's different. Everybody deals with things differently,
But I down south, the people are a lot nicer. Is that
Oh
true?
yeah, yeah. I'm from the South. I'm from down. My father's from down south. You walk in the street, hey, hey, how you doing over there? But they always saying hi to you. They very respectful. Here in New York, you got to be careful. Now I know that for sure. Not everybody you can say good morning to, but I don't even do that. My mother's like that. My mother say good morning to everybody, and I be looking at her like Florence, because if they don't say good morning back, I'm ready to fight. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Because you took the time to say good morning. Some of them are just keep walking. So I'm the person, I gotta feel my spirit to say good morning to you. Because I don't want you to snap off and don't say good morning back to me. Because you got people out there, they don't like you to talk to them. So that's the part, of the dirty apple. But yeah, it's good. We need to be more sociable and say good morning. How are you doing? Good day, good night, whatever.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna close out the show. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time. Information Man says in America nobody cares.
Word! Everybody for themselves.
uh, okay.
Everybody for themselves.
G Car says, when I came here, she's from Barbados. When I came here, I learned what the Black Americans went through. We didn't go through those horrible things that you all endure. Growing up in Barbados was like a bed of roses. That is true. We had it on the street. You know what I mean? We had no idea what was going on this side. So please, thank you for joining. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel so we can grow and grow and grow and grow. And Tiffany, before we go, is there anything you want to share or that you learned on the show?
Communicate with your people, communicate with your family. Please be on point with information. Make sure you get all the details before you start judging. And still know that America, yeah, this is our country, but it's still a lot of racism here. And we pray that it can dissipate. But if not, we need to just work with our family right now. Also, first of all, I'm straight off the runway. Okay, straight off the runway. I've been doing fashion shows for the past 2 days. I still got my tags on me, the crew and all of that, working for Fashion Week Brooklyn. I want to give a shout out to the whole team. We did a beautiful show today at Tiola's. I want to make sure she's on 6th Avenue. It's a beautiful bar in Brooklyn. It was beautiful. If y'all follow me, Tiffany Coates, on Facebook and Instagram, you can catch me out, check some of our shows out. We do up and coming designers, putting them on the map. We help hair and makeup artists. Shout out to Rick Davey, Dawn, Jerry, everybody, JC, everybody that's there at Fashion Week Brooklyn that came out doing. I think you saw one of our girls went viral. So she came out and she did her thing yesterday at Kings Plaza Mall with Dawn, Miss Dawn of Sarah's Angels event. So definitely, if you in New York and you want to come to a fashion show, please check us out. We at Fashion Week Brooklyn.
All
Like
right.
and subscribe, everybody.
All right. So again, thanks to everyone
Yes.
for watching the show. We truly appreciate Kevin. We hope you're okay. Well, we know you're okay. And but Kevin will be back next week.
We miss you, Kevin.
First, Kevin. Thank you to Mama Lee for giving us
Mama
Kevin.
Lee, we love you.
Patricia, we hope you're watching just because Kevin's not
Patricia.
on. Bridget, or as I call
Yes, his sister. Yes. Shout out to his whole family and his children, his grandchildren, everybody. We love y'all. Mwah, we miss Kevin.
So I'm gonna close it out. So here is gonna be some words of wisdom from Tupac. That guy has so much wisdom. He has so much to live.
Look at his who his mother was. His mother was Afeni Shakur. His godmother is Asante Shakur. These people fought for righteousness in the Black Panther movement. That's why he is very, very smart and why people was jealous of him.
Yeah, it's too bad he was taken so soon, but
Yeah. But you know what? He died young, but he left us a lot of information. And we salute you, Pac. And we salute your parents and your everything you came from. Give it to us, Carl.
But even if you earned it, you still owe. Because look at me, I don't have that mega money, but I feel guilty walking by somebody. I got to give them some mail. And if I know I got $3,000 in my pocket, I feel like it's wrong to give that person a quarter or a dollar. It's wrong. Only you know what you got in your pocket. And that's wrong. No matter what they do, if they take it and drink it, they take it and drink it. But, I mean, you got. You understand? And we all know how hard it is, and it's not about if you good or you bad. So since it's not about if you good or you bad, we know that because he don't got don't mean he was bad. Or don't mean he's a criminal, or don't mean he's crazy, or a drug addict, or none of that. It just means he don't got. And ain't it bad that you got 30? I mean, can you imagine somebody having $32 million? $32 million. And this person has nothing, and you can sleep. You can still go to the movies and then these are the type of people that get humanitarian awards. Millionaires. How can they be humanitarian?
He's 100% right. That's why he had to go. He was too smart. They couldn't handle it. And he's 100% right. It's too many people out here with so much money and everybody around them is suffering. And you can really eat and drink doing that.
Yeah. Like he said, if I got some money in my pocket and I can afford to give a homeless person $20, I give him $20. You know, people, he's gonna go buy. I don't care I don't care. It's out of my hands. Once I give it to him or her, it's out of my hands. I'm not giving it to them because I'm looking for accolades. Because I'm hoping to go buy food. No, I'm giving it to them because they asked for it and I have it. Here you go.
Right.
Go about my day. You go about your day. I don't care what they do. So, you know. I promise to do one black-owned business after every show. So here's today's black-owned business.
Now look at what I done found. A black-owned, woman-owned eyewear brand out of Brooklyn, New York. Vontel Eyewear is a brand that offers fashion-forward eyewear for prescriptions, sunglasses, as well as readers. Now, co-founders Tracy Vontel Green and Nancy Harris created this line to offer better fitted, stylish frames for everyone. Now, they also said they realized the aha moment is when they were over in Paris at an eyeglass expo, and they realized glasses hurt or are uncomfortable for us because no one that looks like us is making glasses for us. Now, they said this brand was created to fix a problem: lines across our noses, headaches, pain behind the ears, and indentation on our cheeks. Yes. Thus, they have created more functional eyewear with beautiful prints and colors. They have frames that are styled in a kente cloth pattern. They have HBCU-inspired colors. They also have a partnership that they've done with Kadeem Hardison with the flip-up frames Dwayne Wayne used to wear. They have glasses for men, women, and children. And get this, they're available nationwide at America's Best in the optical department. Check them out.
All right.
That was good, Carl.
And they're right straight out of Brooklyn.
They right in Brooklyn. Definitely. Shout out to them. I'm going to go check them out because you know I like me a nice pair of glasses.
And they're right. Like, our face and our noses are different. It's just different. You know? It makes
Well, listen, if they're affordable and I don't have to pay an arm and a leg, a foot and a toe, because I'm telling you, Carl, when I go into these doctor glasses spot, the first thing they trying to do is sell me Gucci, Fendi, Prada, and what's what. I said, send me to the Medicaid area. I just want some regular friends. I don't need no Gucci and Fendi. I don't even like them. Okay, so yeah, so if I can support Black-owned people, I will. Okay, so please make sure you check that Black-owned eyeglass place that's popping because I'm gonna check them out.
All right. So here's my favorite kids. We're gonna close out with my favorite kids dancing. These kids make me happy. I'll see you guys next week. Tiffany, you know I love you.
I love you too.
Kevin, wherever you are, I love you too, brother. Mama Lee, thank you for giving us Kevin. We love Kevin. Patricia, thank you for taking care of Kevin. Bridget, thank you for beating Kevin up when he was a kid. Kevin said Bridget used to beat him up. So
that's why he's stern now. Leave him alone.
I made him a better person. All right, so we'll see you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. All right.
That is cute.
So happy, so happy. All right, everybody.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You in a safe space, dealing with the Black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin, Colin, Tiffany, go have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.